What's up, guys? How you guys doing? And welcome to 32 Teams, where I review all 32 teams in the NHL after the 2022-23 season. This series will consist of an overview, the regular season, player stats, team stats, and my overall opinion about the team. We will start in the Western Conference and then move on to the Eastern Conference. Today, we will review the Calgary Flames. Let's get started. 2022-23 Calgary Flames season was the team's 51st overall and 43rd in Calgary since their inception in the NHL on June 6, 1972. The first matchup was against Colorado on October 13, 2022. On April 10th, 2023, the Flames were ruled out of the postseason race after falling to the Nashville Predators in a shootout. The Calgary Flames 2022-23 season wasn't a total failure, but it certainly didn't go according to plan. Both general managers, Brad Treliving and head coach Daryl Sutter, have left the organization as a result of the team's inability to make the playoffs. In 82 games, a lot it could and did happen, more than others. Certainly of those items caught my attention. A glance back at the most recent season is necessary as the offseason approaches and a new one is not too far away. Many different things happened for the Flames this season, such as having 17 overtime losses and a 60-point drop off for Huberdeau. Now let's talk about the regular season. The Flames started the season with a big win against the Avalanche 5-3, and they continued their winning streak to two more games, and they beat Vegas and Edmonton. Their first six games were great, being 5-1-0. Flames already had huge expectations since they traded Johnny Gaudreau and got Jonathan Huberdeau, but they were not in the same trade, and those were just in separate trades. They suffered a 7-game losing streak right here and they changed their record to 5-6-2. They lost many games in overtime and shootout, which showed how much they fought, but also told us they couldn't close out a game in regulation. Their 2022 year was 18-13-7, which is decent and has the potential to make the playoffs. The 2023 year start wasn't the greatest, and it didn't seem the Flames recovered. The losing streak between February 23rd and March 6th might have killed them, though, and might have killed their playoff dreams, as they lost 5 games in a row. And in the end, the Flames tried to come back and were close to see these 4-game winning streaks, but it wasn't enough. And the Flames' record was 38-27-17, just 3 points off from clinching the playoffs. A huge stat that pops up in the overtime losses. They had 17, which is a franchise record and was equivalent to 8.5 wins. While it looks not so great, it's not that bad of a stat. The Flames were able to stay alive and keep their opponent the same score to overtime, and you get a point, which is better than just losing in a regulation. The Flames just need to know how to close out the game, and if they can't, at least win it in overtime or shootout. If they can't close the game, learn to win in overtime. If you can't learn to win in overtime, then learn how to close out the game. Overall, the Flames had a good regular season record. They just need to win it in extra time. Now let's look at the player stats. Their top point leader is Tyler Toffoli with 73 points. Toffoli had a great season and also led the team with goals. Being so close to the playoffs, I would have expected more points for a point leader, but 73 is still a decent number. Toffoli has a great face-off win percentage, which is 58.3%. Toffoli is a great player and can do great in Calgary, but that's not possible because Toffoli was traded to New Jersey this year for Sharon Govich and a third-round pick of this year's draft, meaning the point leader that's still in Calgary is Elias Lindholm. He also had a good season, having 64 points. Like Toffoli, he also had a good face-off percentage of 55.72%. They're very similar players, and even though Toffoli wasn't their one player, I think he can be replaced. There are more good players such as Nazim Kadri and Michael Backlund, but I want to talk more about Jonathan Huberdeau. Last season, he had 115 points, and he was second in points with the Carolina Panthers. And he has tons of experience in hockey. He was second, but when he got traded to Calgary, he only got 55 points, a 60-point difference. But what could have caused this? Well, moving to a different team after 10 years is not easy, and the chemistry may not be right. Our expectations for him wasn't to get 115 points, but some were a bit lower, such as 70 to 90 points. But he wasn't close. I think one more year for him to be closer to the team, and he could be a lot better. The goalies were also okay. I would have expected a better save percentage with Jacob Markstrom having .892% percentage and Dan Vladar having a .895 percentage. Now look at the team stats. So face-off percentage. 50.4%, not too bad at all. Shots against per game. 30th, which is actually good if you're last because you need a low shot against. 27 shots, that's pretty good. Shots game played. Second, 36 shots, that's really good. The penalty kill, this is important. Fifth, good, 82.6% chance, same as the Devils, which Devils made the playoffs and were a good team, so that's good. Power play, I assume the power play may be good. Uh, I mean they're okay, 19.8%, close to 20%, really not too bad. Goals against per game, Calgary. I assume it'd be low because they have a very low shot. Not too bad. 3 goals a game. Could be better. Goals per game, Calgary. 3 goals a game. Not bad. Makes sense because they did go to overtime a lot. And overall in points, Calgary very close. 15th, but unfortunately did not make the playoffs. Even though Islanders had the same, it's different. But yeah, it was a decent season for Calgary. And let's move on to the overall. Now, what's my overall opinion about Calgary? I think Calgary is a great team that just needs to close out games in overtime/shootout. They had 17 games to win in overtime/shootout and didn't once. And if they learned how to win those games, they can definitely make the playoffs. Also, Calgary needs to learn how to play without the star player Tyler Toffoli. I know I say he could be replaceable, but it's never easy to trade a player that had an impact on the team. This will be the last team in the series to not have made the playoffs. And now, for Western Conference, we'll be reviewing teams that have advanced to the playoffs. I'm excited for this. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had a great time making this video. But yeah, like I said before, we're going to talk about the Western Conference of the teams that made the playoff. I'm excited. I believe now I'm going to review the Winnipeg Jets, then Seattle, and then wherever we go. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about Winnipeg. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay safe and have a good one. See ya.